3, 2, 1. Right. This is KUTV Biashara Tuesday, and I'm really glad that you're still staying tuned here. Sorry for finding me in a conversation with my people off air, but welcome back. I mean, we have like 3, 2, 1 more days to Friday, so we'll get there. It is Biashara Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. Now, we are taking a look at feedback all across our socials, and of course, I'll have to mention a few people who have been tuning in to the show so far. Right, Murasa Kirabi, loving the show. Thank you very much for loving the show. Saila Kaemba, you're also loving the show. Lirij Shi Ramirez, Wendani, we are representing. I really love that. Apt Information, loving the show. Thank you very much, Anki Doris, of course, still on that, of course, tuning in. We are also live on our Facebook pages at KUTV Kenya, streaming all the way towards the end of the show. And earlier on, I'd also seen here someone is Generally Wailer. Good morning. Machakos Town iko well represented. Big shout out to all those who are watching, and he's also saying happy birthday to John Nyambo. Asante sana the people of Machakos County for tuning in to this show. We are all about business. Tell me how business looks like in that side. But right now I'm getting into a conversation with Monica, who's also been here before in the show to discuss from KRA to discuss matters of tax disclosure and also of course tax compliance. And they also have a program called Voluntary Tax Disclosure, if I got that right, yeah?
Yes, you did.
That is marvelous. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
You were saying that KRA doesn't hunt down taxpayers. It's compliance. It's not hunting down.
Yeah, it's enhancing compliance.
So they are enhancing compliance a lot. Welcome back to the show. What is tax disclosure? What is voluntary tax disclosure? What's that? Is that involuntary? Tax disclosure.
So the voluntary tax disclosure program is a program that allows a taxpayer to disclose their previously undisclosed tax liabilities to the commissioner for the purposes of getting relief of penalties and interest.
This is towards getting penalties,
relief of penalties and interest
from previous tax that they haven't declared.
Yes.
So you basically forgive people who have been lying.
We give people a chance to come, provide us with the information, the tax liabilities they have not paid, and then we put them on a payment plan of up to 12 months. And in the first year, which is 2021, they're going to get 100% relief of the penalties and interest. In 2022, 50% relief. And in 2023, 25% relief of the penalties and interest.
When you're giving out these reliefs, you are basically throwing away money. So is KRA going to gain at the end? Is there an amount that you guys are projecting to collect at the end of this particular program?
So
throughout?
We cannot say we are throwing away money because there is principal tax. So in Kenya, we have a self-assessment tax system, where as a taxpayer, you do your self-assessment, file your returns, and pay your taxes. After that, we do compliance check to find, have you been doing the correct thing? From that, we raise additional assessment and penalties and interest thereof. So this is a different opportunity, because now instead of us coming to your business, requesting for you to provide documents, we are saying, come, tell us these are my taxes, this is the taxes that I've not declared, I want to declare, I want to be compliant going forward, and we will facilitate you. So the principal tax remains, but the weight we are reducing here is the penalties and interest, which is mostly at 5% for the late payment, and then 1% interest per month. So you can see that, like in a period of 5 years, your taxes might have grown to a very large amount.
Right.
So now when we put you on this payment plan, you're able to just clear your principal tax and move on with your business.
So is every Kenyan and business eligible, or are there specific ones who can apply for this particular program?
So every taxpayer in Kenya can apply, but there are certain exceptions. For example, if you have received a notice of intention to audit your affairs, to investigate your affair, or you are party to an ongoing litigation involving that tax liability, then you will not qualify for the program. Also, if you're under investigation and audit, you do not qualify.
So people
for the
shouldn't come after they've been put under investigation.
Yeah,
Like,
because now it seems we have information that
that you didn't want to disclose.
yes.
Now that we found you, you want to disclose. Now, how far back did you start this disclosure program?
So it's 5 years prior to 1st of July 2020. So we are guided by the Tax Procedures Act. And the Tax Procedures Act provides us with 5 years within which we can go back and request a taxpayer to provide their records. So in line with that, the taxpayer can declare tax liabilities of 5 years prior to 1st of July 2020.
So there was before this, there was a normal waiver application program where people who hadn't declared their taxes before. Is this the same thing, or revamped, or better, or different?
So the normal waiver process is still there. If you have any penalties and interests that have accrued and you clear the principal tax, you have a right to apply for the waiver on your iTax profile. You'll be asked to provide the reasons, and then the officers are going to check. Have you given valid reasons? Are you able to support them? And they're going to approve or reject the waiver. But this is different. This is an amnesty that was provided for in our Finance Act, and it provides the Kenyan taxpayer with an opportunity to start over. To just say this is
fresh start.
This is a clean slate. So it's a unique opportunity that the Kenyan business person should look into and assess and see, can I come, declare these liabilities, and now I can go on in peace? Because now, if you keep playing hide and seek with the government,
it will eventually find you.
It will eventually find you, and it will be very costly. So here is a cost-effective mode. You bring your tax liability, you're put on a payment plan of up to 12 months for the principal taxes, and you get the release we've talked about. Now,
how long into the future are we going to have this program that if 2 years from now, if I want to now say, so finally I can join your program, I've been lying and playing hide and seek for long enough, how far long into the future is it going to be?
So it's going to run for 3 years.
Oh.
Yeah, just 3 years.
Okay.
And you can see 2021 is almost
to the end.
So from 1st of January 2021 to 31st of December 2023.
Yes. And then that's the end of that tax disclosure program. So people have that period to do that. What is the implication of the applications that you guys have received so far, and how huge of the applications are there?
So right now we have about 300 taxpayers who have applied for this program, and we've collected about 997 million. So you can see that many taxpayers are taking advantage of this. And we've also sent about 50,000 letters to our taxpayers, telling them about the program, telling them to apply, guiding them on the process, and the same. So we expect that as time goes by, more taxpayers are going to provide this information and take advantage of
after
this.
3 years. After 3 years, what happens to tax evaders? At the end of 2023, those who didn't apply to the disclosure program, what will happen to them now that they will have not complied to this particular period?
So we have normal compliance measures. In the self-assessment, you have to have some compliance team. So our compliance team is still working. Even now, for those who don't declare, compliance is still there, audit is still there. So we still carry out those checks, just to, even investigation and enforcement is still there, and it still be there. But for those who don't take advantage of this period, they will not be covered. So those who get into this program are going to get a voluntary tax disclosure certificate that is going to show that they took advantage of this program.
Right.
So in case they receive a letter from KRA that covers that period, they provide it and say, I already took advantage of this program.
Right.
We cannot open that period again. So, but for those who haven't, of course, we will open
come
the
back
period
to the law.
Yeah.
Right now, so for those who have come forward for applying into this program of tax disclosure, how long do you give them to clear their previous taxes?
So we have a payment plan of up to 12 months that is provided for in the law. So we will put, you see, this payment plan is also determined on the taxpayer's ability to pay, but the commissioner has been given up to 12 months. So we will scatter your payments into 12 months, and you'll be required to pay as agreed. You get into a written agreement, pay as agreed, and get the release we've talked about.
There's a very famous story of the Pied Piper. There's someone who was playing some nice music and then, collected all the rats in the town and they followed him and then he dumped them in the ocean. So nice music, inviting music and all the way to the ocean. Now, you're playing nice music to taxpayers as KRA. If you come to us and you haven't declared your taxes, we'll give you this period, we'll give you a relief. But there's someone out there who's like, these people, they want to find me, they want to catch me. They are putting bait for me. So what will you tell that person who has that feeling that you're trying to bait them into applying the law to them?
No, you see, as a business person, you want to grow. And if you want to grow and become the business you have desired, achieved your desired heights, then you have to be visible. So at the end of the day, you'll be visible even to KRA. If you're going to be a key player in this economy, you're going to be visible even to KRA. So we don't want a taxpayer to grow and then they have this part of their tax affairs that is so great that it just brings the whole house down. So we're saying that clean up your house early enough and then just continue complying. And as KRA, we have we have had amnesties before. And the taxpayers who took advantage, for example, of the residential rental income amnesty that took place in 2016 can attest to the fact that we keep our word.
All right.
When we
so
say,
it does work.
Yes, we won't look at that period beyond that, then we don't. We just apply the law as expected.
Now, if someone, through errors of human and mistakes that we cannot avoid, registered for a particular tax and they have not filed it because, of course, it doesn't exist, what happens to them now?
So what
and they've
we have
accumulated all that time now.
What we have is e-cancellation. So if you find that you have erroneous tax obligations which you registered for, you apply for e-cancellation via your iTax profile. We're going to look into your case. We're going to analyze and see, did you need this obligation or not? And we'll be able to vacate all the penalties and interests that have arisen from that erroneous obligation.
All right. So now, as we wind up, maybe, and where people can get more of this information, because this is not information I feel has already reached a lot of masses out there. We are trying to push this information out to the people. Where can they find it, and what is the now general objective of this program that KRA has put forward to us?
I'll start with the objective. The objective is also, of course, to collect revenue, and you can see we are already collecting the 997 million from this program, and also to enhance trust and trust between us and our Kenyan taxpayer. We want the taxpayer to understand that KRA is a partner. KRA is not after bringing your business down. We want to support you. We want every business to grow so that the Kenyan economy can benefit. So that relationship between us and the taxpayer is of great importance, and there's hope that this voluntary tax disclosure program will bring us into that space where we can partner in this deliverable.
Okay.
Yeah. The information is also available on our website. We have a website, www.kra.go.ke, and under that you're going to find tax education. So under tax education, you're going to find material that you can download and read and use. Also, we have information on businesses, taxes that are relevant to those businesses, students. Any information that you want is available on that website. So
ignorance is no defense at all this time.
Yeah.
You have all the information. It's online. It's a digital era. You can go there and check it out on KRA's website. Thank you very much, Monica.
Thank you
for coming through. It's always lovely to have you here. I feel like I've become more tax compliant citizen
already
since we started interacting. Thank you, and I hope we can have you here again. Not hope, I am sure we are going to have you again for other discussion matters. Tax for the businesses and the individuals. We're trying to make sure, even as we push you guys to making money, to running your businesses, to getting self-employed, you're also tax compliant to the government and also to KRA, so that your business doesn't get shut down eventually because you didn't have this information, right? Thank you very much for tuning in to that conversation. It was Voluntary Tax Disclosure Program. It is running all the way to the end of 2023, so take advantage of that. If you haven't declared your taxes before, to date, make sure that you go to KRA and talk to them nicely. They're not trying to play the Pied Piper, Right, I'm going to a short break and also taking a look at the feedback that you guys have sent throughout this particular interview that we've had. But I'm coming later. Now we are going to the business of music, so don't go too far.